Anyhow, in the top left, sort of, well, nope, more like the 9 o'clock position, down 3 games to 1, SMGLukeG. And his opponent, currently up 3 games to 1, and on the verge of being the SMG Platinum League Fight Club champion. Get those words a little mixed up. SMGSlippery. So, as I mentioned before, this is game 5 and potentially a best of 7. Luke managed to take game 2 to bring the series to 1-1, but since then, Slippery's just kind of been all over him. So Luke is actually scouting immediately after his. Immediately after his supply depot, and as a result, his barracks goes down late. Slippery going for an early gas, as is Luke. Oh, I'm sorry, I just don't have the energy I had when I started this off. Okay, I'm sorry. Probably kind of funny that you can just see my energy completely die from game 1 to game 5. Whatever. That's cool. Alright, I'm going to pick it up because you can't do anything 50%. You got to give 110%. It's a scientific fact that that's the best amount to give in any situation. So, let's see, both players have successfully walled off the ramp to their main. Luke now grabbing a second gas for some early tech. Slippery got his factory down now. I'm just gonna yawn. That's cool. I'm just gonna yawn. Yawning's all a good part of casting. So Luke grabs his factory and goes for the Reaper. So he's going to use the Reaper to scout. Tech Lab now going down for Slippery. And the factory on the go. This could potentially be a similar 1-1-1 that we saw before, with a couple of Hellions and Banshees for harassment. And that's kind of what it looks like. We have Hellions coming out of the factory. Yep, Slippery exchanging the barracks for the factory, or sorry, the Starport Tech Lab. So I think we're going to see some Hellion and Banshee like we did before. Looks like Luke has an SCV posed to scout any kind of expansion, although that might just be torched by Hellions on their way out. Hard to say. Now that's, I guess, an interesting timing for his engineering bay, unless he scouted this, which we'll find out here in 1 second. Nope, no scout on the starport. So I'm not sure why an engineering bay is necessary before the factory. Whatever. Reaper doing his thing. Actually being used more for, for harassment than scouting. And he gets torched. Oh, but actually scouts the starport. So this engineering base probably not going to be a complete failure, as it'll be available to put up turrets. Although if he didn't scout that before, I'm just kind of curious what the engineering bay is for. If you're getting an early upgrade in addition to stamina, like that's a whole lot of one base by the look of it. Meanwhile, Slippery on the other hand grabbing his second command center, which he's going to float over, and dropping 3 racks. Slippery already going slightly ahead in economy. He's up by 5 workers. G on the other hand looks to be, he's got stim researched already. That's pretty crazy. Banshee doing a significant amount of damage on the on the worker count here. And not a whole lot Luke can really do about it since he has one Marine. And actually the Viking is not even halfway being completed yet, so he's just losing workers at a rapid pace. Let's watch this. He's down to 13 workers, so Slippery has already doubled him with 26. Brutal. And I would have just, if I were him, oh, I guess the Viking must be chasing it away. I swear there was a Viking being made. Just cancel the Viking. Where's the Viking? Slippery just could have kept pounding him with Banshees. Okay. Oh my mind. I gotta be really stupid here. There's really no Viking. And Luke's using these early upgrades and siege tanks off one base for defense. Like he's had stim forever and it's just not being used for anything. Ooh. This is not good. There's not even a thought about a second base yet. It's already pushing 10 minutes into the game. And there's 6 Marines. Wait, 5 Marines. I'm having trouble understanding this. Okay, so it dropped. This could be effective. I hope. Let's watch it happen. Man, my casting has gone way downhill. This is going to get scouted by that massive Xel'Naga tower. I just know it. Luke just floating out of the range of it right now, but will it get spotted? That is the question. And oh, he's sneaking his way around the Xel'Naga tower. Fantastic. Slippery with the Viking, though. Is he going to see this go down? That Viking is going to be perfectly positioned. Oh, here we go. Oh, wow. Yeah. So he scouts it. He's going to be able to react a split second sooner. Medevac's just going down like crazy. It's a low Marine count, so it's hard to say as to whether this is going to be very effective. Marines in there, but there's just a huge force coming to clean this up. I think Slippery's going to clean it up. This is going to go down pretty quick. Okay, so that goes down. We're looking at a pretty even worker count now, though, 25 to 22. So either Slippery lost quite a few workers in that engagement, or he just didn't stay up on his macro. So meanwhile, Luke's throwing down a 12-minute second base now, so his expansion has been quite late. Slippery's had his second base for quite some time, so that should prove to be an advantage for him, at least in the worker production for the future. So Slippery now moving out, probably tastes blood after likely realizing that there's only one base for Luke and that he lost a significant amount of his army in that drop. So this could potentially be the end of the series, but I've been known to eat my words in many cases here. There's a couple tanks on the high ground, so unless there's some epic positioning or use of the Banshee here, this might be thwarted. Thwarted, that's a good word to use. And ow, Marines don't like getting hit with tanks. At the same time, though, this tank positioning on the other side of the high ground is actually quite annoying to deal with. And I can't say that Luke can really move his tanks too safely into this without losing a little bit. So this could cause a headache for quite some time. And yeah, I'm thinking that barracks is going to go down. I would have probably tried to move that personally. And wow. Alright then. So the barracks is burning. Slippery's lost a fair amount of Marines in this, but he has double Luke's supply. Banshee's doing a number on Luke's natural. And this is looking really bad. Even if this gets held off, I think Luke's in an unrecoverable position. Probably not the greatest place to... Whatever. Both Vikings go down. Siege tank repositioning itself. Not in the range of anything though, unfortunately, and GG. That's the series.